Thank you for joining us. This is the Springfield Team E presenting on the Cyber Resilience Program for UniNet Solutions. My name is Henry. With me on this call, we have Kim and Ragul. Collectively, we'll be presenting the Cyber Resilience Program for UniNet Solutions. We would like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today. Would also like to pay our respect to elders past and present. We'll start the presentation briefly speaking about the anticipate function. And what is the anticipate function? The anticipate function aims at identifying potential threats, disruptions, and security vulnerabilities, and providing actionable intelligence that can help UniNet to be able to defend itself against such threats and disruptions so that they do not materialize and then the organization is known to be cyber resilient. And we consider two frameworks for the anticipate function, the NIST cybersecurity framework and the ISO IEC 27001 framework. Um, when we look at it, the anticipate functions aims at identifying threats, disruptions, and security vulnerabilities, providing actionable intelligence, overall improving the efficiency of cybersecurity measures. The best practices we identified are the use of threat intelligence and predictive analysis. This helps the organization to be able to stay ahead of the evolving threat landscape. Um, More best practices include risk assessment and vulnerability scanning and the use of intrusion detection technologies and systems. Control objectives include protecting UniNet's business function, processes, data, and systems from threats and disruptions. Help to adopt a formalized approach to reduce the impact of anticipated disruptions. Uh, Going to the next slide, we talk about the required controls. The required controls include threat intelligence, information security in third-party relationships, the use of incident testing and simulations, employing artificial learning and machine learning, predictive analytics such as association to be able to anticipate cyber threats, the use of security incident plans and response, risk assessments, and configuration management, which must be documented, monitored, and reviewed. Stakeholders for that includes the executive management. They must ensure that the cyber risk is incorporated into the overall enterprise risk management. The CISO, Chief Information Security Risk Officer, in charge of developing the security policies and the threat models to protect UniNet. All employees are responsible for the anticipate function, human resources to train staff, third-party suppliers and vendors to ensure compliance with UniNet's security protocols, and the IT operations to enforce and ensure that systems are secure, such as patch management and IT security issue resolutions. Key documents to be developed at this level include the incident response plan, business continuity plan, risk register, threat assessment policy, vulnerability management plan, amongst others. Um, we note that senior managers are to ensure that all staff remain focused on ensuring UniNet's cyber resilience. I'll be handing over to Kim, who will take us through the identify function. Thank you.
Right. Hello, my name is Jongjun Kim. I will present strategies for identify and protect within the context of cybersecurity. The first key area in identify is asset management. This involves systemically identifying and documenting our organizational assets and prioritizing them based on their importance. For instance, sensitive customer data requires encryption and access control to ensure its security. According to NIST 853, asset management provides a structured approach to safeguarding the confidential data, integrity, and availability of assets. The second strategy is understanding the business environment. iOS 22301 highlights that a business community management system ensures the operation of critical business functions. For instance, in cases of data center failure, having a well-developed plan allows services to continue seamlessly. To achieve this, organizations need to analyze IT assets linked to their business objectives and determine the appropriate protection levels. The final strategy within identify is threat intelligence. The MITRE attack frameworks systematically describes various attack techniques and threat vectors, enabling organizations to develop proactive defense strategies. For instance, an organization experienced limited ransomware attacks, analyze these patterns and strengths its preventive measures. MITRE 2021 reports that organizations utilizing attack improved their threat detection capabilities by over 30%. Okay, next is protect section. Um, the first the first strategy in protect is access control. Role-based access control RBAC limits permissions based on job roles, reducing unnecessary exposure to sensitive information. For instance, in healthcare organizations, only doctors and nurses can access patient records. NIST 853 emphasizes that access control policies are vital for maintaining the confidentiality and integrity of information. The second strategy is awareness and training. It is essential for employees to be prepared to address the latest security threats. NIST 850 highlights that regular security training significantly strengthens an organization's overall security posture. For instance, educating employees about identifying phishing emails can greatly reduce the risk of social engineering attacks. The third strategy is data security. Data must be integrated both in transit and in rest to ensure its protection. ISO 27001 mandates encryption to prevent sensitive data from being compromised by malicious actors. So the protect function ensures that organizational assets, process, and systems are secured against potential threats by implementing best practices and engaging relevant stakeholders. Key stakeholders, including the Shared Information Security OPA, DISO, IT security teams, employees, executive management, and external parties such as vendors and regulators. Each stakeholders group plays a critical role. For instance, IT security team ensures system controls are implemented, while employees must follow security policies and participate in regular training. Vendors and third parties should adhere to security standards, and regulators ensure compliance with legal and industry specific requirements. By the coordinating efforts across these stakeholders, organizations can effectively implement, protect measures, and enhance over cybersecurity resilience. In conclusion, identify and protect strategies are fundamental to strengthen an organization's cybersecurity posture. These approaches build trust, prevent security, and safeguard critical assets. Thank you for your attention.
Hi guys, we're gonna see about the response function. So this is Rahul. So in response function, so the important theme of this one is like develop and implement appropriate activities to take actions regarding to the cyber insecurity incident. So so this is the crucial for restricting cyber attacks in the future, and then this helps any business into protecting their OS and like any type of cyber risks. So here we're gonna see about the control objectives. So in control objectives, like the things such as like the actions such as detecting the incidents early and recovering the normal operations of the business. These things should be get into the vision, and then so here, like stakeholder communication is necessary. Like the communication with the stakeholders should be happen perfectly. So these are the control objectives. Coming to the best practices. So incident response plans is the is the core of this one. So creating the effective IRP is the main thing in here. So we can't make a random IRP thing. So this is the first thing, and then mitigation helps to postpone the malicious activities, like and also uh, when the incident happens, so the affected data should be separated, because so this is the way that we can like save the like perfect data. So we can separate the by separating the affected data from the perfect data. So we can, so this is the best practice that we can do when the incident happens. So coming to the incident documentation, like this is the process where we can this helps us to review the incident from top to bottom, like how it happens. Like so from doing incident documentation, uh, we can protect from the future attacks. So going to the next slide. The required controls in response function. So here, using some tools like intrusion detection system tools for for automation, like these type of automation tools are used to like easy for the workers to manage these type of attacks. And then network segmentation is the important thing, because this will help us to stop spreading the attacks like overall over in this overall system. And then reporting and documentation, these are the major actions that could we can do for reviewing the incidents, like for like future analysis of things, because this will also help the affected business, and also for any other industries, for any other industries. And then going to the stakeholders, we can see incident response team and chief information security officer. So these guys are like priority for this response function. And then obviously we know IT and system administrator, so they will make plans and doing the recovery things here. And then business leaders and law enforcement bodies, and then human resources. So this is the response function. And going to the recover function. So in recover function, so we're gonna see about, so it's for recover function. This is the last process of cyber incident. So here we're gonna recover all the things, all the things that happen due to the incidents. Like so, by recovering the operations, no useful operations, and the customers' data, that will make the issue normal. So that's what happened here. And then so here we're gonna follow the disaster management policies. So this will help us to make in a give a clear idea about how to how to recover from the incident. So here, coming to the control objectives. We know, like, whenever the incident happens, we get a downtime, like server downtime. So we have to reduce that downtime to compromise with the customers, because unless the customers will get angry, or the whole the company will get into the issue. So this is the thing in control objectives. And then so we're gonna see, we're gonna use also the integrated data management for future cyber incidents, like integrating the data by so if we are integrating the data, we can know how we can see how the incident happened, so that will be helpful. And then so proper communication should be handled with the stakeholders, going to the best practices. So the IRP should be tested and planned effectively, because we can't take a like average IRP plan. We should have a efficient IRP plan. So backupping the data is the important thing, because like if the incident happens, definitely they come for the data. So if we have a perfect data backup plans, we can easily retrieve the data that we have. So so that should be an important one. And the choosing the cloud is an important thing, because we have to be careful on the cloud data which we store. And so yeah, we have to use the efficient use of automation tools, like intrusion and detection systems. So these type of tools we can use for we can use for cyber instance. And then required control. So deploying the redundant systems and fail mechanisms for for easy recovery, because we can't have all the unneeded things. So we have to deploy those things. And then yeah, access controls. We can't give access control for the data which we have in the cloud, because if, we have to give it to a perfect person to recover the data. So those data should be encrypted properly. And then backup data encryption and use SIEM tools. So these are the required controls we should have in the require function. And then going to the stakeholders, we can see business and executive teams. So these teams is a major stakeholder for this function, because yeah. And then IT and cybersecurity teams. So these guys like doing the recovery function, because they are more into the system, so they know they have to do these things like recovery things. And then HR and external, does these people have to communicate with the customers, and also the stakeholders like partners or something. So they have to manage these things. And then legal and compliance teams. So these guys need to like how to handle the incident proper way in and the legal way. So this is the part of this team. So documents to be developed should be explained by Henry.
All right, thank you, Rahul. So documents to be developed, we've quickly itemized documents that were developed for UniNet for the entire solution. For the identify phase, key document there is the risks register and the risks assessment policy, amongst others, threat intelligence policy, security checklist policy. For the protect function, we have a lot of policies that need to be developed: network security policy, access control policy, and the likes, patch management policy, etc. At the respond level, a lot of policies and documents need to be developed, including incident response plan, which is a very important one, the communication management plan, the contact list, and so on. At the recover function, a lot of documents need to be developed, such as the business continuity policy, crisis management plan, incident management plan, disaster recovery plan, emergency response procedure, amongst others. This is the end of our presentation. I want to say thank you. Um, Thank you for joining. We hope that you have a good day.